My name's Anthony Allen. Welcome to my YouTube channel here, AnthonyAllenEdits, the YouTube channel that is all about your editing so that you can tell the stories that you want to tell in the way that you would like to tell them with full creative control. And here in this video, this is going to be another one for you Final Cut Pro 10, aka Final Cut Pro X users here that are on my channel that are looking for something that will help you to adjust multiple clips at one time. That's right, we're talking about an adjustment layer plugin that is available at johnbillu.com and it's coming up next. So here we are inside of Final Cut Pro 10. I have the inspector window, preview window and the browser window as well as our timeline. For those of you who are not sure about how to set up your Final Cut Pro 10 like the way I have, or for a specific editing task to close windows, have a look at my Final Cut Pro 10 beginner's guide that should be available on my channel. And I have a whole playlist for you Final Cut Pro 10 beginners who need extra help getting started with Final Cut. Now I have 3 different clips in my timeline. There is an effect, again, I've taught how to do this clone effect here, which you can find on my channel also. It's well worth having a look at. I have a stock footage clip of somebody walking through some leaves in the autumn. I presume it's autumn. And then I have a train passing by, which is also a stock footage clip. Now our adjustment layer, once you've installed it, should be available in the titles section of our browser. I've then used the search bar to start searching for the adjustment layer. So now what we're going to do is we're going to drag this into the timeline over the top of our 3 clips. And I'm not going to fill up the 3 clips. I'm going to drag it just enough so it doesn't fill the ends or the beginning of the timeline, what we've got on our timeline for clips. Now this adjustment layer, the way that it works, as you can see, it started to render already because nothing has been applied to it. It's basically like an empty layer that affects everything below it. So if I add an effect to this adjustment layer, this effect will be applied to anything that is directly below our adjustment layer, which is absolutely brilliant. For example, let me show you. If I go into the effects panel and I add let's find something that's really prominent and something that you can notice straight away. I add a negative, which you'll really notice, and I apply this to the adjustment layer. That has been automatically applied to everything that is below our adjustment layer. I'm just going to press Command and Z to get rid of that. Another thing that you can do, which is absolutely brilliant with this, is that you can go into, let's say, we're in basics at the moment, aren't we? Let's go into color. And we go to a sepia. I'm going to add a sepia. That has been applied. But another thing you can do is you can actually layer up the amount of effects that you have in the adjustment layer. So if I then go into lights, for example, let's find our lights, or a blur maybe. Should we go into blur? Let's go into blur. And we go into focus. That has now been applied to all the clips it is affecting. Another thing that is also awesome about this is if you have layers of clips as opposed to just the one layer of clips, say you've got multiple layers, this adjustment layer will affect the final finished image as well, as it's everything that is below the adjustment layer. If you wanted to trial an effect on multiple clips as opposed to just one clip, for example, the color grading was different in the original clips, as you can see here, from one clip to another, as they don't look like they're in the same scene, because the color grade is different and so forth, right? It doesn't even look like it's in the same short film. Well, the reason the adjustment layer would be absolutely brilliant for this is because you can trial different effects, and when you are not liking what you're seeing, you can literally just delete the adjustment layer. So it's definitely a practical plugin. And what do we always say about plugins here on AnthonyAllenEdits? If it saves you time or solves a problem, then 100% it is a great plugin. And especially if it's 100% free, and this is a 100% free plugin, definitely well worth trying out and downloading. And also the render time, if you've noticed, I've added 2 effects to this, and it's affecting 3 different clips that have sound. One has sound, one doesn't have sound, and you can see that it's rendering quite quickly. Now this adjustment layer is not for sound effects, it's all for the visual video effects above. but it's absolutely brilliant. I'd love to see what you use this for. There are many uses to this adjustment layer, and it's 100% free. I recommend using this because it will save you time in terms of your workflow if you're heavy into using effects, color grading, or anything of the sort. So now that you've seen this plugin in action, what do you think? What are your thoughts? Did you enjoy what you saw? Is it going to be something that you download and use for yourself, or is it entirely useless? I want to know your thoughts on this plugin and if it's worthwhile for you, or why it's just not a plugin that you're interested in. We want to know down in the comment section down below. And also, if you have any issues or anything that you need help with within Final Cut Pro 10, I'm also here to help you with that as well. And also, don't forget that I don't just work on Final Cut Pro 10. There are other different platforms that I use for photo editing and video editing, and also free applications that we use to help you with your media. This isn't just about video editing, this is about your media in general and helping you get that creative control back in your hands so you have the freedom to do whatever you like with your media, whether it be an advert, whether it be a short film, whether it be I don't know, something that I haven't thought of yet. 360 video, that's one I've done on my channel. All these sort of things are what we talk about here on AnthonyAllenEdits to help you with your editing. Now, with that said, I upload on this channel, AnthonyAllenEdits, every single day, and I have an upload for you to help you with your editing, or a discussion that we're talking about to have an open discussion to help you make a decision whether you're going to buy a plugin, whether you're going to check out this website, whether this application is doing something fraudulent, whether it's not, whether a film is using a technique that we do here on my channel or a technique that you want to learn yourself. All these things are things that we talk about and show you here on AnthonyAllenEdits. And as I said, it's every single day that I upload. So I'd love to see you in the next video, because I've definitely got one as I upload every day here on AnthonyAllenEdits. And I'll see you in that one. Thank you for watching.